Good morning, theater kids. All right, so today's outdoor game is called New York, New York. You need 2 teams divided evenly in the class. I would go outside and find that space, and you need 2 safe boundaries on either side. So that's a safe thing. It's kind of like tag. So your safe place on either side. In the center, you'll have Team A start. Team A will come up with some sort of occupation, like an astronaut. They're not going to tell the other team. They're going to improv that occupation out and try to let the other team guess. When the other team finally says, astronaut, you start running back to your base. If they tag you before you get to your base, you are then on their team. And then we repeat the game. The other team then acts out some sort of occupation and you run back. The team that finally has all the people on one side wins. Now, there's one other thing. There is a chant, okay? So here it goes. Team A says, "Here we come." Team B says, "Where from?" Team A says, "New York." Team B says, "What's your trade?" Team A says, "Lemonade." Team B says, "Give us some if you're not afraid." Okay, so the chant is, "Here we come. Where from? New York. What's your trade? Lemonade. Show us some if you're not afraid." That's it. Okay, if you forget the chant, that's okay. It's really about the improvisation and the running and having fun. So enjoy and have fun and play. This next game is also an outside game. It's called Red Light, Green Light with justification. Now, everybody knows red light, green light. You have a team on one side of kids, and then you have one person who's all the way on the other side who says red light or green light. They turn their back and they say green light, and they turn around, they say red light, and if they catch you moving, you have to go all the way back, right? But here's the twist. If they turn around and they don't see you moving and you're frozen, you should be frozen, you shouldn't move, you have to justify your position. So if I say, "All right, Karen, what are you doing?" And they say, "I don't know," then you got to go back. But if I say, "Hey, Karen, what are you doing?" They say, "I'm baking a cake. I'm baking a cake." Then they're okay. The only thing is, you can only use that justification once, and that goes with everybody. So if you hear someone else saying, "I just baked a cake," you can no longer use that, okay? And then once you get to the finish line and tag the person, we can play the game over again. So have fun, play outside, and enjoy. This next game is an indoor improvisation game. So I figured we could start with gibberish. Gibberish interpreter, one of my favorites. And gibberish is the art of using sounds in utter nonsense, and it makes no sense in place of normal speech. So, did you understand that? All right, good. So you'd have 2 people on stage having a conversation in gibberish, giving one person a turn and then the other person. But in the middle of those people talking here is an interpreter. The interpreter is going to interpret A speaking, and then he's going to interpret B speaking. You have to let the interpreter interpret. Don't just start talking and it gets out of control. So we have to understand what's going on. The job of the people speaking gibberish is helping the interpreter understand what they're saying. So, grushtitishki abushkanash nemoshkere ishkushtari. Okay? So, I think you guys understood what I just said there. Anyways, most of my students have played this game. It is a fun game to play inside, so enjoy. Gibberish interpreter. Bye. The next game is called, well, I don't know exactly. You can call it many different things. They always change into something else. But this one is maybe the retirement home or grandma's dinner. Anyways, you have maybe 3 or 4 people up, socially distanced, sitting down, and they're talking, all right? And none of them can really hear correctly, and they misinterpret every single thing you say. She said, "Oh, Dolores, you look so great today. What are you wearing?" And Dolores would answer and say, "What do you mean? I hadn't had my carrots today. What are you talking about?" And you keep saying the wrong thing. It's harder than you think. This improv can go on for about 2 minutes, and then you can change teams. So have fun with that.